Today on In the Woodyard, you're going to get a tour of the interior, the factory of Blockbuster. Their parent company name is Bazooka Farmstar, and they are manufactured at the same plant as they do a lot of other agricultural things. You're going to get to see some of that too. Very cool tour. Kenny and I spent 2 days down there talking with the guys, looking at the equipment, running the equipment, getting a tour of the factory, and talking about our likes and dislikes of different equipment and what things we saw that were different, and discussing all of the stuff that you're seeing going on here. And we got to play with the machines and run them and film them. It was very cool to watch how all this stuff is all put together, and they wanted our input on some of the things we liked and things we would change, things we would do different, and that was very cool. They're really nice guys down there in Iowa. If you get a chance to check out their stuff at any of the shows, the Paul Bunyan show or any of the logging shows around the country, do it. Talk to Jeff, real nice guy, and Tony, he's the guy running the machine right there. He knows everything there is to know about Blockbuster. So talk to him, they're good guys. I am with Jeff Huber again, and this is Blockbuster's starting point. This is where the raw materials come in.
All the raw material comes in.
So you've got steel for miles. You guys have a very, very big production plant here, not just for the Blockbuster, but all your other stuff, your egg stuff that you guys
Correct,
do.
yes.
But we're gonna walk through and show you their manufacturing facility. You're gonna get to see the presses, the welders, all the fabrication stuff, right? So we're gonna go for a walk. Here we go. So right here you've got steel.
Yep, different tubing, round.
And I know nothing about this kind of stuff. Where does it come from?
We actually have a very good steel supplier in Washington, in this town.
But where's the steel plant that it comes from?
It's all over the place.
All over, wherever they buy it from?
St. Louis, there's some different mills. Michigan, I couldn't tell you all the different places, and it's going to depend on the strength, the grade, the thickness, the forming.
So this is where all your machine starts, right here. Comes in tubing.
This is it.
I would imagine there's different pricing depending on what you buy for bulk. So you want a bunch orders and stuff like that. And
yeah.
When you buy in the year matters, I suppose.
It does. It all adds up.
Yeah. So then from here you go into where you
we've got some different saws here. Yep. So set up for round, square. Depends on what we're cutting.
These are right here. This is something, if you guys ever want to get rid of all this kind of stuff right here, these rollers, this would be awesome in a wood yard. To be able to have, put all your rounds on and roll them to the splitter. I always thought this would be a good idea.
I found some on Marketplace. I think I want too much for them.
Yeah. For handling material, this is the way to go.
It is. It's nice, yes.
Yeah. So then it goes into the cutter here, and we're going to do some cutting.
Penny cutting some good angles here.
Hello.
And then we'll have a product carts. So this would be all set up for a specific product.
Got it. So that's like going to be like one machine or one.
Yep. One piece of equipment. Just as those other ones, and you might have multiple carts for each piece of equipment. But
got it. Well, she's just doing some cutting over here. So. Okay, so then after it's in these carts here, then it goes over to where they're doing welding and assembly stuff?
Well, this will just be, we've got our plas table and our laser.
Oh, okay.
So
that's where you cut out all these parts, right?
Yep. And it kind of depends on the preciseness, the thickness, on whether we use the plas or the laser. Go check out the laser here.
Yeah.
Just trying to get the burrs and stuff off.
Right. So this is the cutter here, huh?
This is our laser.
Yeah.
We'll head over.
That's cool. So that's where you got the young kid that knows all the computer program stuff?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it takes these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some more tires down there. You were talking about buying the tires on a pallet. Well, there's
Truckloads of tires.
there's a lot of tires down there.
So here we hopped on a cart because we had to go a long ways to get to another building where there's other stuff happening, because it's like, I don't know, miles to get to stuff because it's so big. The plant is so spread out because they do so much stuff.
A couple of different brakes here. We've got the old school one that you can cut some big heavy stuff on, and then our little bit more of a newer machine, more precise. A bunch of different dies that we've got too.
Oh yeah. So there's like one or two people that kind of operate all this stuff?
Yeah.
So in each area there's a specialist that kind
pretty
of
much, yeah. And there is somewhat of an art to all of this, understanding the machine, how it operates, and even the different steels, how it operates. So it's really nice to keep some of that consistency going.
Here, what is this?
Sorry, 3-axis CNC machine.
Okay.
See if they're going to do anything.
There we go. And there's a lathe here.
Lathes. Machining some plastic bushings.
Oh. That's what this is?
Oh, you don't want it in the picture? You get paid for this?
So this is your stock. So that, yep. Very
Replaceable bushing. And then we'll get different extrusions, aluminum extrusions, so we can do hose couplers, right? You'll need to be able to couple the hoses together on the manure side and ag side.
So now this we drove past this before, but we didn't talk about this on the other videos. That this is all the stuff that you guys use for your spreading manure. This is the liquid stuff, right?
That's correct. Yep, that's gonna flow manure, some water. There's some gas and oil products that we do have as well, but primarily.
You were saying some farms have miles,
and it's more of a custom pumper that's their job, is to go and pump for farmers.
Oh, okay. So the farmer themselves wouldn't own it. This would be more like a company that would.
A big farm can cost justify it, but the machines, the tools, everything gets very expensive. So in the spring and the fall is basically the time that you're going to be pumping, right before the crops are in and as soon as the crops are out, and so you have a short window.
I see you got a few engines over there.
There's a few.
Buy those by the dozen.
Try to. Cat and Deere, Perkins.
I thought in Iowa it was a rule you had to use Deere. Isn't that like the state?
It's. I'll tell you. All right, there we go. We got some. These are the Blockbuster engines right here. Some Doosan's.
These aren't though.
Not these, no.
These here, the baby
right
ones.
Here.
Yeah.
74 horse, 49 horse.
So if someone wants to buy an engine like just the average Joe off the street, what does one cost for what you got right here? Have no idea?
I couldn't tell you right now.
You don't find them in a Cracker Jack box, I know that.
No. The diesel engines, they're proud of them. So.
And it varies depending on availability and brand and.
It absolutely does.
The economy and.
The bigger the horse, the bigger the dollar.
The dollar per horsepower is, pretty, I would say, standard throughout, or pretty close, I guess.
That's what I noticed just on the small tractors like what we have. Every horse is
But-
that many more dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's pretty standard.
All right.
Jump,
almost like an outboard engine.
Yeah.
pretty much.
So these are for pumps.
Yep,
lot of this
pumps,
stuff-
agitation. So
Your engines made in the U.S. If you know of.
the Doosan's, or
John Deere.
oh, the John Deere's, yes, for sure.
So you got an idea on horsepower on something like this?
This is probably 400 horse.
425. It says here.
There you go.
425.
This one would probably be getting close to 600 or 700.
It said it on the product tags where I saw it. There was a horsepower
I'm looking.
on the other one. It's big, whatever it is.
Need to throw one of these on a firewood processor?
Oh man, yeah, there's people that would want it.
These look big, but when I was in the oil field, these are tiny. They were as big as that whole hose frame, and there'd be two of them tied together. And the drawworks.
That's
Or
awesome.
those the mining equipment too, where
It's
those
just
Oh, yeah.
where the tires alone are $60,000 a piece.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
that mining stuff. It's
Oh,
like,
and on
those get-
some of those big
Yeah,
trucks, it's
yeah.
even more than that. I mean, they'll spend $20,000 on a set of chains for those tires just to protect the tires because
Yeah.
they don't wear as much.
so this is the pump right here, huh?
We've got yeah. This would go out into your, up on our arm, go out into the lagoon or even into a large hog pit. And that's going to suck it up, and you can use these for agitation. And then it's going to
So you say agitation? Are you pumping water through it or just air?
no.
or what does
So
it do?
you basically the solids are going to
Suck-
settle
suck
out in
one
the
in?
manure. So
So
you know,
it's just rotating.
so
fluid.
it will blast the manure
Got
out
it.
through here. If you don't get the solids that settle out, your pits will fill up, your lagoons will fill up. So
And then you
need
can't suck them out.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that's a big machine. The Outlaw,
That's
huh?
what the agitator is for. That's to stir up them solids.
yep. You just drive it in, and yeah, there's
That's this one down here.
yeah, there'll be a cleaner one in final assembly, but
And this is the thing you worked on, you said?
yeah, it's kind of my first big project here.
Where's the steering wheel?
All remote control. We can,
That's what
we
you
can
said.
show
Yes,
you
this
that.
is an agitator here.
Yeah, so this prop is worn down a little bit, but it'll spin around 800 RPM, and all it does is it just is going to stir up manure.
Yeah.
It's a 300 horse engine on it, and we can put 300 horse to both of those propellers. We've actually put a 450 horse
It just floats.
floats. Yep, we put a 450 horse on there too, and those props will
Just floats.
almost consume it all.
It's hard to believe that actually floats.
This one, yeah, weighs in around 14,000 pounds, 14,
floats.
15,000, and it floats.
It's
Yeah,
something. It's something.
4-wheel drive, 4-wheel steer.
And the average person has no clue where their bacon comes from, and this is it.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, well, it comes from the store, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the back end stuff, behind the scenes stuff, no one has a clue of what it is, what it's like, and
Commercial fertilizer's gotten so expensive too.
yeah, well, and just on farms in general, these
You guys
the
got
kind of
cameras
equipment.
in there.
Nope, that's Uriah. It's from Uriah. No.
So this looks like it's part of a machine, or it is a machine.
It is.
It's going to be a machine.
The start of a 2220. Looks like it just got out of weld and getting prepped for paint.
So what they do for prep for paint?
Go over different welds, grinds, buff up anything that needs buffed up, and then yeah, there is the acid wash that we'll do. Spray it down.
And then
Rinse
after
it.
that's done, after it's painted, then you start assembling parts.
That's
Engine.
correct.
All
Yep.
the goodies go on.
Engine, hydraulics.
So what
electronics.
kind of turnaround time from the time you guys start cutting stock to the time it goes out the door? Like what's just average? Is it a month? Is it weeks?
From from the start of kicking stuff off from fabrication, we're probably in the 4-week range, but then there's always the backlog. So
Parts.
Someone calling in, you know, we've got orders on the books right now. So currently we're at probably 10 to 12 weeks out for being able to produce a full processor.
So is this going to be a booth?
Nope, this will be open.
Okay, that's
So-
I figured that it must be because you got.
And this is the one that'll be heading out to Oregon, to the Eugene, Oregon
really?
show.
And that's just in a couple of weeks.
It is.
So you guys got to get going on this one.
Oh, no problem at all. So a lot of the hard work's done. So
Does it go faster as you go in the process?
for sure.
Starts
For
out
sure,
slow,
yeah.
just accelerates. Interesting. So this is all the parts that are going to go to that frame we just looked at, right?
Yep, getting everything laid out. So
So
seats.
somebody's responsible for collecting all the goodies,
Yep.
getting them ready so that it can be assembled. Is it assembled right in this area then? or-
Yep, actually in this bay right there where that Renegade 2 is, but yeah, they're stealing our Blockbuster
So how
area.
many bays do you have?
Enough. 7 or 8 main bays.
Look like almost 12. A bunch. That's a bunch of assembly. That's a bunch. Very cool. And you said this is your Bosch bay over here?
Yep, that's our wash bay.
And then this is paint?
Yep. And we've got 2 separate rooms that we can, different colors. We can also crank up the heat and bake it on as well. So we can, within a few hours, have parts entering and leaving, and it's dry and ready to be assembled.
Yeah,
So
you can see the orange down there. So how do you crank the heat? Where does the heat come from?
magic
Oh yeah,
around the side.
I just didn't see any vents or, oh, so it's just pumped in. Got it, okay.
That's just for the exhaust for the downdraft
Got it,
system, but yeah, I'm not sure on this. There's your burner.
So these are your parts down here?
These are not Blockbuster parts.
Oh, got
sorry.
it. But this is where they come out, but you
But yes, as soon
come
as
out
they
hang here.
Yeah, come out of paint.
Oh, that's right. They're not, it's orange rack. This is black rack. Makes sense. A lot of manufacturing plants will manufacture for other people. I know when it comes to like powder coating, a lot of people farm out powder
Yeah.
coating because there are guys that's all they specialize in is powder coating.
Yeah.
So this is a brand new machine here getting put together.
Yep.
And is there a name on this one?
I'm guessing this will be a Titan 2.
It's substantial. So this is a brand new one getting put together, huh?
Yep. Not quite finished up, but getting pretty close.
So how often does the auger, the propeller need to be changed out from when wearing down?
All depends on how much sand really is in the manure, but I'm gonna throw out a number that's 300-400 hours.
Oh,
maybe.
really? Is that all? I was gonna say like once a year, and you're talking several times a year.
It'll be
Uh,
the props, and I've, you know, there might be guys that need them done in 200-250 hours, but
you said that's what kind of steel again?
that's a Hardox 500.
So that's the hardest.
It's hard. We do have bends in that, so you need something that you can still bend and still weld. So there is harder steel out there, but
That's some hard stuff.
yeah, it's tough. You do not want to be standing there. No. We'll have a mouthful of stuff you don't want a mouthful of.
So this looks like parts.
This is parts, bars, chains, sprockets,
All the
hydraulic
goodies.
fittings, valves, knoll, filters,
Bolts. Just all the different parts you need for the machines, huh?
a lot of different
So if
ones.
someone
yeah.
has something break, this is where you come to get it.
We got it. Hopefully, if
Obviously tried to get it out right away, right?
we don't have it, we can get it, but yeah,
Yeah.
downtime is never good.
Nope. Oh yeah, so you got all the parts right in here. Yeah. Obviously, you guys know what stuff is a consumable item as far as wear parts that you just always have.
Yeah.
And then when you guys sell a machine, do you tell guys these are the things you need to keep track of?
A lot of times they'll know what they are, but it's pretty basic. Bar, chains.
Looks like somebody left their tape measure here.
That's Tony's. That's Tony's. Actually, it might be mine that he stole from me. But yeah, there's really not a lot that typically goes wrong on our machines. So bars, chains, sprockets.
Yeah. Yeah, just the usual wear parts, yeah. What the heck is this thing here? This is for
It's one of our hose reels.
for a hose reel.
Yep.
So how much can you get on here? Like a mile?
You would ask me that, wouldn't you?
A bunch. It's a bunch.
I should know the answer to this.
Yeah, that's cool.
How do you get the reel, the spool on there?
So there's a hole.
It's got a slot in it. That's what I was looking. So they just spool it.
and that's where you would put your end coupler in.
That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Well, this is what we want to actually see. You got an elevator here.
Elevator. Yep. This is also going to be going to the Eugene, Oregon show.
Very pretty. Don't scratch it.
And I don't know if we looked outside, but all of our tires pivot now. That used to be an option, but now that's standard for, we call it the radial stack
I didn't know
option.
that.
So you can basically
spread the pile.
take the jack right off of there, you throw the jack up there, jack up the tire, repin it, and now you can do your radial stack.
Interesting. This is a 30-footer here,
That's a 30-footer, yeah.
and then these must be the.
Yep, removable side plates.
Yeah.
So you can, in theory, put this at a 90-degree angle to the processor if you wanted to.
Right. And these are parts for it here that got to go on yet.
Yep. Chain adjusters, and some of those are going to be for the processor itself.
Oh yeah, I see the clamp there. Yep.
Yep.
I see it. And is this a? This looks like something that would be a tip tray or something attachment, or. It's got
That
the
is
bar
going to be
going
for
on.
the auto stop.
Auto stop. Okay. Okay.
So there's the two, and I thought I'd leave you a little footage of Kenny running the 1412 Plus. You're going to see this machine running on tomorrow's video. We're going to do a bunch on it, and then you're going to see it hooked up to my truck. It's coming home with us. Pretty cool. We're going to do a lot of work with it, and you're going to see a lot of cool videos with this machine. So we're just getting used to it, and you're going to see a bunch of it tomorrow and from then on. Good night, Irene.